Jabir Ibn Hayyan, also known as Jibr, was one of the most notable Arab alchemists. He was born in 721 CE in Tus and died around 815 CE in Kufa, Iraq. Jabir is mostly renowned for his contributions to chemistry. He is also known as the father of chemistry. Jabir ibn Hayyan was a student of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam.
So, what were the contributions of Jabir ibn Hayyan? And why is it important to know about those? Let's find out. From about the 7th century to about the 12th or 13th century, Europe was steeped in darkness, the darkness of ignorance. During the Dark Ages, the progress of Western civilization virtually stopped. The knowledge gained by the scholars of the classical age was lost. For nearly 600 years, life was governed by superstitions and fears fueled by ignorance. This is when a light shone, the light of knowledge, the light of Islam. Islam, which started with the word read. This is all due to the Muslims in the Muslim world who were busy gaining knowledge and disseminating knowledge. Muslims were busy building universities, building libraries, building hospitals. Books which would have been destroyed because of the age of ignorance in Europe were brought over to the Muslim world, and these were translated to Arabic. Thousands and thousands of books were published. People were following the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, who had said, "Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave." Verily, the men of knowledge are the inheritors of the prophets. Seek knowledge even as far as China. The ink of a scholar is more sacred than the blood of a martyr. It was during this time that our sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, was the dean of a university where great scholars of tradition, philosophy, and the sciences gathered together. Sometimes 2,000 scholars and sometimes 4,000 scholars at a time would attend his lectures. Apart from religious studies, he used to teach students mathematics, chemistry, medicine, and astronomy. This is where Jabir ibn Hayyan got his inspiration. He is credited with the discovery and description of many substances and processes, such as hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, distillation, crystallization, sublimation, that have become the foundation of today's chemistry and chemical engineering. Jabir is also credited with the invention and development of several chemical instruments that are still used today, such as the alembic, which has made distillation easy, safe, and efficient. By distilling various salts together with sulfuric acid, Jabir discovered hydrochloric acid from salt and nitric acid from saltpeter. He is also credited with the discovery of citric acid. Jabir applied his chemical knowledge to the improvement of many manufacturing processes such as making of steel, corrosion prevention, gold lettering, cloth dyeing, and waterproofing. Let's talk about one of his major contributions to chemistry, and that is distillation. What is shown here is the original alembic that he came up with. Distillation is a process of heating a liquid until it boils, capturing and cooling the resultant hot vapors, and collecting the condensed vapors. Distillation was used by a lot of Arab chemists, and they all got that technique from Jabir ibn Hayyan. In the modern organic chemistry lab, distillation is a powerful tool. Industrial distillation is typically performed in large vertical cylindrical columns known as distillation or fractionation towers or distillation columns, with diameters ranging from about 65 centimeters to 6 meters and heights ranging from about 6 meters to 60 meters or more. The distillation towers have liquid outlets at intervals up to the column which allow for the withdrawal of different fractions or products having different boiling points. By increasing the temperature of the product inside the columns, the different hydrocarbons are separated. The lightest products, those with the lowest boiling point, exit from the top of the column, and the heaviest products, those with the highest boiling point, from the bottom of the column. The perfume industry has much to thank Jabir for. His techniques of distillation using steam and distillation by itself to extract oils are still being used today in the perfume industry. What we see here is his original alembic at a much bigger scale, so we can extract a lot more flowers. So when we go and shop for perfumes, we should always remember Jabir Ibn Hayyan. When we bite into a lemon, the sour taste is the taste of citric acid. And the discovery of citric acid was made by no other than Jabir. One of the major contributions of Jabir ibn Hayyan is the discovery of citric acid. Citric acid is the acid that is found in lemons and limes. These have particularly high concentrations of the acid. It can constitute as much as 8% of the dry weight of these fruits. The concentration of citric acid in grapefruits and oranges when compared to lemons and limes is much less. Citric acid is a weak organic acid. It is used as a natural preservative, and it is also used to add an acidic or sour taste to foods and soft drinks. If you look at packages of Kool-Aid or packages of orange drinks, you'll see citric acid listed as one of the main ingredients. Citric acid also plays a very important role inside our bodies. Citric acid is one of a series of compounds involved in the physiological oxidation of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates into carbon dioxide and water. This series of chemical reactions is central to nearly all metabolic reactions and is a source of 2/3 of the food-derived energy in higher organisms. This is also known as the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle. Jabir made important advancements elsewhere as well. In the dyeing industry, the dyeing of fabrics, he came up with a way to make the color permanent. He did it by adding a mordant or alum to the dyes to dye the fabrics so that the color would not wash away.